Alright, so next week action is the Black Series. Episode 9 just showed up by none other than, wait for it, wait for it, Gabriella Corvina. Okay, so last time, um, did a little like oh, shit, did a little like a more of one of those BJJ moves. Well, yeah, BJJ training because it's still a lot of struggling, but somehow it'll manage to learn some moves just in case y'all part of the BJJ crew just in case. But right now we are still in some training and we're gonna keep on training, of course. So we're just gonna check it out in three, two, one, go.
What's up, guys? We are counting down and we have 5 more weeks left. Today is Monday and I just got done with my workout. It's 5:45. I'm stretching. I'm about to get ready to drill some of the things that I worked last week reviewing, and from there I'll go to BJJ class, then come back and do some boxing, finish around probably 9 o'clock p.m. And the whole feeling of today has been just show up. Show up. I could have gone to the morning class of jiu-jitsu today, which probably would have worked out better, but I didn't, so I have to do it tonight. That's what happens when you procrastinate on things. It doesn't go away. It just gets pushed down. I still have to go. And the feeling of not doing what you told yourself you were going to do is way worse than the feeling of safety you get from.
It's kind of hard for me to like try to explain uh, me not getting up for like a very long time because it's so hard. I know because of my mental illness. I know I could be up, but I know that I wasn't gonna miss any morning that I was gonna be shut up late. So it was very struggle to me. If that would have happened to me, because I could do this, I could do that, because I had to wait till midnight for order for me to train. And I am gonna be the worst human. I'm gonna be the worst martial artist in this world because you know I didn't want to be too much lazy. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing of me just try to grab a coffee and do all the extra work as long as you can. So yeah, man, it's kind of stressed me out of how this happens. So yeah,
Is way worse than the feeling of safety you get from not going. So you have to lay your head down on your pillow at night, and if you did your best, and if you um, let yourself down in some type of way. So it has to get done.
So we're gonna move on to some more open guard stuff off our back. Today's gonna be C guard or 93 guard. Got a couple of different. Those are the main ones. But here's what it looks like. So a good way to get there, we're starting in close guard just like this. And what I'm gonna do, either he opens up my guard or I open up my guard. But before that happens, is I'm gonna get a grip on the sleeve, and then I'm gonna get a cross collar grip on the collar up here on the opposite side. So usually when I get this one, I don't want to go too low. and I don't want to go too high, a good little distance to set up, whether I go for a choke or just a collar and shoulder grip, is I like to line up my finger with his collar going up here. So I'll take this index finger and I'll slip in there, and I kind of feel his collar going back my nose up here. So I'll take a distance to get this hand in there if you're user wondering. Now I get a sleeve grip on the same side collar as I grab it. So I grab his collar, the sleeve grip on the same side over here. Now when I open up, I'm going to open up my guard, and I use this leg. I keep it up here kind of by his belt, just to keep the distance. And I kind of just stiffen my leg up. Because what I'm using, I'm a hip escape away from my grips. Okay? If you've been here for my scissor sweep, when I did scissor sweep, it's the same way that we're hitting after this guard. So when I hit it out, look, I'm hipping away from my grips. I stiff this leg out, my foot's going to go on the mat. I'll pick my hips up, and I bump out just like this. Now from here, my knee that was that here that I used to hip out, is going to come up, across his body, diagonally. So my knee's up here, by his shoulder, I still got my grip over my knee, and then my foot stays up here by his hip. Okay? There's a scissor sweep when here, we load him up like this. This is just 90-degree guard. Also remember, if you go this way, when we did this scissor sweep, this applies to this 90-degree guard as well. Notice I have this leg over here kind of by his leg. I don't want to leave it flat on the ground. He can very easily step up and over, and now we're going to end up like in a half guard type position. And with my guard open, it shouldn't be too hard for him to pass my guard. So when I lay this leg down, yeah, the top of my leg up here stays kind of on the ground, but I'm going to leave my calf and my heel kind of over his leg. Now if I feel his leg coming up, I can immediately go into something else like deadly heel here like this. Okay? You just kind of start feeling that out. I'm trying to get you guys to grapple a little bit more with your legs. Okay? So now from here, we're just going to get to the 90-degree guard from here just like this. Alright? A couple minutes, we're going to spin. Starting in closed guard. Sleeve grip, collar grip. As I open up my guard leg, I'm going to hip away from my grips. So I've had my grips on this side, my leg goes stiff, my foot goes on the mat, I bump my hips out, then I bring my knee up, across the body, my calf's going to go over his calf. I'm not going to do that. If you guys do want to practice getting the knee lift from there, that's fine. All my partners are doing, he's going to lift his knee up so that his shin is perpendicular to the ground. I'm going to bump back the other way, and then lift this. It's going to go underneath. And I have the lean leg. I start extending our legs. Not that easy, but. Does anybody have any questions? So we're just opening up and going to 90-degree guard / C guard. Alright? Make sure you have that hip, that leg diagonally across the upper body. I'll show you why real quick. If I get to here, just like this. This is a good spot for my leg. If it's too low, all you have to do is smash my knee down to my leg, sprawl out, and you get to walk around my feet. If my knee's too wide, here I'm not across. If the knee's too wide, now he has options. You go through. Oh. The purpose of this leg is to help control the distance. So if he starts pressing into me, boom, I just extend my leg, and I use my shank kind of like as a bearing. My grips are helping me pull him in also. So if I don't want him to go back too far, I'll start pulling him in. So look, I still use my shin to keep the distance, depending on what I'm going to do, depending if I go for a triangle or a sweep. Alright, so I should be able to control whether he's going forward or backward when I get to this guard. Alright, so we're just starting an open guard and getting to there. After that, I'll show you some of the options you guys do.
Some people say you can, some people say you can't, but I ain't trying to trying this stuff. YouTube, you know. No, perfect. I mean, grip the ankle and see what it feels like when you grip the ankle. Yeah. That's why I was gripping the ankle. See what I like.
Alright, you get a tap circle. Try to get into Z-guard from there because you guys practice that motion of bumping your hips out on your side, alright? Couple things that's up, you guys tell me you know what you're gonna do. Because I don't want your lower back on the ground once you get to the 93 guard. If I'm here like this, I don't have as much mobility in my hips. But if I get up here, yeah, I'm just facing this way, but then I'm able to lift my feet, maybe up on the shoulders, stuff like this. Alright, there's a bunch of different stuff we can do just from here, a bunch of entries. You already saw, if we bring this leg up, and the leg up, my short underneath here, left. All I did was go here. Wrap that leg up, I wrap my hamstring around his ankle. My shin's gonna go around his head just like this. I already have my belly heel. If he keeps standing up, even with the sleeve and his collar grip, look, he's already tight on his hip over here. All I gotta do is switch from his sleeve grip, either grab his ankle and rotate it out, or 4-finger grip down here on the pants. I personally prefer the pants for this position. Alright? You guys remember? Foot under here, the other heel guard right here. Alright, switch my feet. So foot on the hip here, hook over here. I have my hook sweep. That's what we're gonna do for now. You got 2 options. So, down. Once you guys get to here, get all the way up on your side. Try to keep this sleeve also close to your body. If you start bringing it back, you can start getting this on your knees, pushing down your knees, and start breaking down your knees. Try to keep this sleeve up here close to you. Control that arm. From here. It's going to stay tight. Your partner's going to stand up with this leg that's right here, right in front of the open guard. I'm going to take that same leg that was draped over his calf. It's going to wrap around on the inside. Now they go to heel leg. Boom. Start getting the belly heel leg. You start standing up. I'm going to try to stay tight. Notice I'm still up on my hip. I haven't moved. I haven't gone back down to my lower back like this. I'm still up on my side. I have a nice tight double heel. Okay? I'm here to switch my hook sleeve. I'm sorry. Put it here. Switch my hook sleeve. Unwind. One hip. Other hip's going to go here. Everything pulls except for this leg. This leg right here, the hip is going to push it back. Everything else is going to pull towards you. Pull, pull, pull. Coming up. Notice I stayed on that leg even when he fell on the ground. I kept that hook up and I kept sweeping him over by staying on my side. A little bit harder to bump your hips up when you're on your back like this, but as you're already here, keep lifting that leg. This is going to push. Here. Hands up. Start going into my belly heel. Keep standing up. It's going to go on the hips just like this. I'm going to switch legs. So on the hip. Here. I keep this arm down close to my hip. Up. Lifting. Back. Here. I can immediately start coming up into mount. Alright, so that's one option. Belly heel sweep, hook sweep that we did last week. The other one is I'm going to use this collar grip. Like on your leg. I'm pulling him down, I'm pulling him in. I'm going to square my hips back on him, up into him, and go into closed guard. As I go back into closed guard, I'm going to let go of my sleeve grip. I'm going to start bending my elbow up close to his ear. I'm going to go into a loose choke. Then go from here. He starts pressuring into me. I'm going to go back to close guard. Boom. I go back and look. My arm that was on his sleeve is going to go back behind his neck. My elbow's going to come up. And I'm going to tuck my arm underneath my bicep over here. Notice I already start flaring my fingers up. This is going to help me bring this elbow up across towards the back of his head to make my choke tight. I'm trying to straighten my arm out. It looks like I'm trying to wrap his collar around his neck, but I'm just trying to straighten my arm out just like this. When I flare my elbow up, to make my choke tight. As I go here, look, I let go of the sleeve grip, come up. My elbow also comes up, and I get up on my side, and choke. I want to make it tighter. Open guard, foot on the hip again, hip out. Boot choke. After you get here, you go back in close guard. I go into sleeve grip, and it's going to go behind his neck. So over here. Like that. Go back into close guard. Pull him in. Elbow comes up. Look, I'm going to drive this arm. If he keeps sticking his head up, I'm just going to keep forcing his head down with my wrist. I'm going to keep digging my own palm underneath my arm. So as I go here, look, open guard again. Put it on my side. Flare my elbow up. And get my choke. Alright? So we got hook sweep from De La Riva. Go back into close guard.
force yourself to show up. You force yourself to show up, and that's when it's hardest, when you're tired and yeah, and you just don't feel like it. But genuinely just forcing yourself to show up, because when you put in perspective of who you want to be in 10 years, or the goals that you are trying to accomplish, that just outweighs the feeling of wanting to be comfortable for the moment. So show up. I'm gonna show up.
Yeah, man. Uh, that's the only reason that what I need. Just show up. Of course, that's what I said. Um, just make sure you don't be late. Otherwise, I don't know. Just you know, maybe if I showed up too early, if I, you know, just try my best to figure this whole thing out by showing up too early, of